For our next project, you're going to be making a small stool. This stool is 300 millimeters high, it's about 400 millimeters wide. As you can see, there's a number of components to it. There's a top, there's some rails, and there's some legs. This is about setting out or doing your set outs for your legs. You're going to need to design some sort of a design for your legs. Okay? Here I've done two different designs, but you need to come up with your own one and make them both the same. So the critical thing is here, we have a center line here, and you can see there's a line going across here. Where that line intersects, that's where we'll drill a hole. The same on this side. You can probably see it here, center line, and where the lines intersect, drill a hole. So we want this to be no more than 50 millimeters, 50 millimeters. So what you'll need to do is set up your own leg design. Now you'll be given a bit of timber. It's 190 millimeters wide. It's 300 millimeters down. So that's the height of the timber, 300. And one of the first things you're going to need to do is we want to find the center, because from the center we want to go either side. We want it to be symmetrical, the same either side. We don't want it to be lopsided. So you'll need to find the center. So your measurement is 190 wide, and I'm not going to tell you what the measurement is for the center. You're going to need to figure that out yourself. So then I want you to just draw this center line here. And I want you to put a C up the top there. That represents the center. Then we want to start setting out our leg. So my leg, this design, I'm going to do a simple design here where I'm going to use a hole saw. Now I want a hole saw to be about here. I want my hole to be about there, and then I'm going to come out. So I want my hole, I'm going to make it at 100 millimeters. So I'm going to make it at 100 millimeters. Now at the center of the hole, this where this line intersects is where this drill will go in, and it will drill that hole there. You can use this as your template if you like, or if you want to, you can use a spade bit. There's a whole variety of sizes you can use of holes. So now that we've got our holes where we want our holes to go, I'm going to measure in 50 millimeters from the edge here, and I'm going to measure in 50 millimeters from the edge because we don't want it to be any more than 50 millimeters. And I might even make it a bit different. I might even go up to 120, and then I'll bring that line from 120 down to there. So we're going to cut this with a jigsaw, and to give you an indication of what this might look like, that'll sit on there like that, and that will drill that hole out there. So it will look something like this. All that will be cut away. Now the other thing you need to do, the other set out you need to do, is you need to plane down the edges, because what we want to do is with our wood here, we want it to bring it in, so we want it narrow at the top, going down to wide at the bottom. So 10 millimeters at the top, and then you want to be down to nothing at the bottom, because you're going to plane that off. And the same on this side, 10 millimeters at the top, down to nothing at the bottom, and you want to plane that off. So now we have all our set outs. I've set out where I'm going to plane, I've set out the center, I've set out my hole, I've set out where my cuts are. Once I've got all my set outs done, then we can go ahead and start cutting and planing and shaping this timber to fit.